Hey everyone, this generally happens the moment we start speaking, the hurdle starts. So I've just cleared it up and I'm good to go. Well, today again we are talking about the journaling, the importance of journaling. Most of the people are confused about this aspect. Like why for the communication skills the journaling, the word journaling comes, how it is related to communication skills, why we should be including this and giving so much of importance to journaling. Long back when I was coaching one of my students and I was trying to explain about the importance of journaling. I know that it's difficult, like you must be thinking what I said earlier, that why it is important to have it in the communication skills. I just simply asked my student to write a letter to her mother, or rather her father, because that's what I asked her, that who do you like the most? Do you like your father the most or you like your mother the most? And she said she likes her mother. And I said that, oh, she said that she likes her father. And I asked her that ever, has she ever written any letter to her father any time? Maybe thanking him or maybe letting him know that how important. Hi Prince, how are you? Thanks for remaining awake at this point of time. 11:30. Thanks. Okay. So getting back onto the track. So what she said that she likes her father very much, and then I told her that you must write a letter. She wrote a letter to her father, and it was not a good English, of course, not at all a good English. It was like the broken one. Hello, father. I am your daughter, and I want to express. I mean, it was not even this good. Yeah. But I told her that whatever you feel, whatever you feel, whatever you can think of, you must write. You must write. And you won't believe she wrote a paragraph. And I told her the next day that this paragraph, you just paste it in ChatGPT and try to get sense out of it. Just tell ChatGPT to rephrase it and get your letter right. And she did it. And she did it. Yeah. Uh, Hi, Smile. I think we are discussing communication skills here, and I'm discussing the importance of journaling. I hope I have answered your question on this. Yeah. So it's about communication skills, not only about speaking English, but it's about communication skills. Much bigger than speaking in English alone. Yep. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thanks. Keep listening. Keep engaging. Yeah. And maybe you can ask some question also in the meantime. So let me go back to my student who gave me that letter, and I was surprised That letter she, changed using, she drafted using ChatGPT was phenomenal. And I'm sure even she wouldn't have believed that she could really pour her heart out and draft or maybe channelize her emotions so beautifully. So it was that. So when you have a habit of journaling things, say that you have a habit of writing each day, whatever have you done, आज आपने पूरे दिन भर में क्या किया, आज आप किससे मिले, किससे क्या बात हुई, yeah, and you write all that. What did you learn from it? What did you observe today? What lesson did you learn from someone? If you write all that, then that becomes your journal. Now, what it does to you, ultimately, how it helps you in doing what we are actually thinking that would, how it should help us. Now, generally, what we have seen is we have a thought process. We think, but when it comes to writing, it's very, very difficult for us to write. We find it very difficult to write. It means what? We are not we are not able to channelize a process. We are not able to have the clarity of the thought and put it into the words. And this is important when we have to speak, when we have to communicate. Whatever is there in our mind, we should be able to speak. And that's what the communication is. You may be choosing some language, you may be choosing Hindi, you may be choosing some other language. But then, did it go the right way? Did you say what you wanted to say? We go one step further in this. We also take care of the fact that whatever other person wanted to hear from us, did we at least say that? Just to be good with someone, influence others. Unless and until we are able to influence others, we will not be able to attract more people. And definitely, I'll not be the one who would attract more people to talk to me. Yeah, a character build-up, I would say. Character build-up, I would say. Well, I did not understand your question. Maybe if you can elaborate a little. Thanks, man, for engaging for such a long time. And what you mentioned, the character build-up, I would say. If you can explain a little further, I know it'll be too much for you to write to kind of explain, but then let me just see that how you can really do that. All right. Now the next one is when we write regularly, it helps us to organize our ideas and make it easy for us to really express ourselves. More we do the writing part, more we try to express things, more we practice storytelling, more we get used to a good communication practice. All right. Now, the next one is expanding your vocabulary. Whenever we want to speak something, we need to have words, we need to have vocabulary for it. Let it be English. When we talk about English, we need to have a vocabulary which is close to, say, 2,000 to 3,000 words, sometimes even 25,000 words, which is comfortable enough for us to really speak well. Yeah. I'm sorry. Let me just read the comment that I've got. We can express ourselves in words, kind of like that. We can we can express ourselves in the words, kind of like that. Okay, thanks. Yeah, as you said, you write a journal about ourselves. You can write ourselves. Like it means. Okay, thank you. Thanks for educating me on this. Yeah, and yeah, you can. I think you should be. It's all about us. It's all about us. Whenever we talk in terms of communication, whenever we are talking about communications, it's all about us. We can take examples of others to complete our conversation, to really communicate well. Like if you are doing a communication and you are giving an example of celebrities, you're giving an example of some successful people, definitely you will be considered a good communicator. But if you are giving an example of your life, you will be engaging more because your story is unheard. Now, everybody knows about Bill Gates, everybody knows about others, but what about our story? We need to talk about our story because lessons are always there. We are taking lessons from others, and we can always relate our stories and the lessons there. It's all about teaching, it's all about getting the message right. I hope I've answered. If not, you can still ping me there. Okay. Now, I was talking about the vocabulary part. And the vocabulary needs to be built up. And there are a lot of people who stumble here. This is the first obstacle that people face, in spite of the fear and that already is existing. And then we have this vocabulary thing which needs to be overcome. Now, journaling encourages the use of the diverse voice. Now, when you have to put your thought into the words, you definitely need words. Like I gave an example of the girl who has written a letter to her father. She probably was not able to write it well because she was struggling for the words. And when she did use the artificial intelligence to channelize her thoughts and maybe find some good words, she was able to do it. We should take that learning from the artificial intelligence. And it's a good time for those who have not done it, because now you don't have to ask anybody. You have to just ask AI, and you don't have to get embarrassed about anything because you are talking to AI, not the human being who you are generally keeping a distance from. So it's a good time for everybody, those who want to learn. The only thing you should be knowing is how to do that. So you can go for it. Now, so another advantage that you get is expanding your vocabulary, and which gradually improves your spoken and written language. Okay. Now, as you keep on doing it, as you keep on getting better and better, like again, I go back to that example. Now, if that girl has written her first letter, definitely she will be tempted, or she will be more confident to write more letters. I had already told her that you must write all the letter, all the people, the letters who you really are feeling, thankful for. You must do that. You are touching the emotions of the human beings and you will definitely feel better. Now, improving storytelling ability. Now, sharing your daily experiences in journal sharpens your ability to narrate events. Yeah. So, this is another addition to the question asked here in the chat box, that shall we write about ourselves? Shall we journal about ourselves? Of course, yes. It gives you, and that's the most comfortable thing, because it's easy to talk about yourself as compared to talking about somebody else. Let's get comfortable with ourselves first before we try to get comfortable with somebody else's story. I should get my story right first. Now, developing the self awareness, understanding your emotions and thoughts through journaling helps you communicate with empathy better emotional world. Now, empathy, it's a separate topic altogether. How do you empathize? How, being empathetic helps you? It's a different story. We'll be talking about it. We're going to have many, many sessions on communications, and we'll be touching all these points, discussing on all these points, so that we can kindle that interest of communication skills with our viewers. I hope you have, those who are listening at the moment, have subscribed to my channel and liked it. What we have forgotten is to listen, active listen. If we have listened to somebody all through the day, it's better to journal so that when we look back after a few years, we definitely will be able to revive that. We'll definitely be able to recollect everything. And it'll be a vivid memory and a scene in front of our eyes. Oh yeah, this thing happened. And maybe at that stage, you will be able to better depict it, better describe it. Because at that stage, maybe you will be better at communications than what you were a few years before. Redefine tone and style. Now, when you are trying to express, you're actually speaking. You're actually speaking to yourself. You're doing a kind of a self-talk. And when you're doing the self-talk, you're actually talking. You are correcting your tonality. You're making yourself better. You're checking yourself that you are actually speaking well or not. When I'm speaking to you, when I'm speaking to you right now, I'm able to hear myself. I'm able to judge. I'm able to find out whether am I speaking better or not. Strengthening written communication. Now, when you write, you are actually strengthening your written communication as well. And if you are good at that, you actually become unbeatable. Those who can write, those who can speak well, you definitely become, something substantial. We actually don't know about the power of listening. So majority of the people are always under the impression that it's about writing and it's about speaking. Reading, yes, some of them they do, but they also don't know the power of reading, why it should be done, why we should be reading more and more. What should we get out of it? What should we drive out of it? How many words and how many things, how many expressions I can mimic? how many expressions I can make use of for me. Now, when you are doing journaling, you're strengthening yourself, you're strengthening your inner core, and you're telling yourself that I'm the best, and whatever I'm doing, there's no match. I will decide who to reckon higher than me, not somebody else. I'll not allow somebody else to really do that for me. And that's the confidence building exercise that we always crave for. And communication cannot happen when your confidence is low. Your confidence has to be higher, and you have to build it step by step. You may not be good at all the four, like reading, writing, speaking, and listening. But then let's see, where are we? What is good? What is that we can do well? Can we write good? Can we read good? Or can we speak good? So all these things we have to check which one I can do better, and let's strengthen that to gain the confidence which is required to make myself or make yourself a good communicator. Stay with us and please subscribe and hit the like button and join us whenever I'm live. And those who want to really have a conversation with me, you can go to the description box, check my email ID or maybe my number. You can directly contact me for having a conversation. I take the live session, I take the online sessions as well. So those who are interested in checking out their communication skills can contact me. Thank you very much and good night.